song. Y'all come on in. It's the Couch Chronicles and it ain't no fucking limits.
I appreciate the money cause I grew up in the struggle. I appreciate the hood cause it taught me how to hustle. Went through some hard times when I was down on my knuckles. I appreciate the ones who stuck around, just know I love you. I appreciate them long days in the trap. Appreciate the road every time I made it back. I appreciate the hard tan in their white. A nigga play with me, he don't appreciate his life. Don't appreciate his life. And I appreciate the things that I've been through cause it shaped me to be who I am. And I promise it's the truth. Handle my business, I be counting my days. Cutting it off a couple niggas and continue to make my moves. Yeah, I got shit that I gotta do. Play with me, then you are a fool. Keep playing with me, you wanna be lame. You see, I'm tryna be nice, but you keep testing my gates and my baby. Something ain't right with this picture I see. So I cut you off to keep my energy. You say you love me, then why is it me? Don't need you in my life, just wait and you'll see. I appreciate the money cause I grew up in the struggle. Appreciate the hood cause it taught me how to hustle. Went through some hard times when I was down on my knuckles. I appreciate the ones who stuck around, just know I love you. I appreciate them long days in the trap. Appreciate the road every time I made it back. I appreciate the hard tan in their white. A nigga play with me, he don't appreciate his life. Don't appreciate his life. Come to me, you better come with some respect. In my feelings, I'm just telling you what's best. Keep it real, you got animosity. I'm not tripping, but you gon' respect me. I'm not stressing what you talking about. And if my hitters come through to make you walk it out.
They need a button where you can just hit it.
Yes.
Tell me what you say. You got me giving the green.
My arm be hurt, I be like.
The struggle only made me just be greater within. I know the people that surround me keep it real. Cause half the ones I keep around, I'm I appreciate the money cause I grew up in the struggle. Appreciate the hood cause it taught me how to hustle. Went through some hard times when I was down on my knuckles. I appreciate the ones who stuck around, just know I love you. I appreciate them long days in the trap. Appreciate the road every time I made it back. I appreciate the hard tan in their white. A nigga play with me, he don't appreciate his life. Don't appreciate his life.
Y'all, my arm be hurting. I be getting a little shoulder workout doing that shit. Y'all already know the vibes. It's the Couch Chronicles and it ain't no fucking limits. It's still my birthday. I don't give a fuck when nobody turn me out.
You gotta
Yeah.
go all month.
Right. It's Taurus season. Until I say so. Y'all know Taurus was trending all year last year, so I'm just saying. You know, we just be trending, you know what I'm saying? It just be a thing. We just be trending and shit. If y'all don't already know, this is the Couch Chronicles and it ain't no fucking limits. I stream every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 8 Central Time. Make sure that you follow my guest on all social media. Her information is in the description, and she is tagged, so make sure that you follow her and support her. It's all about love, support, good vibes, and positive energy, okay?
Okay.
That's all we trying to spread. Leo, goodbye. Can you push that door closed? Because he can stay in here. He just... Y'all, Leo think he running shit. Y'all already know how he is. We gonna jump right into the interview. One, can you tell everybody what your name is and where you're from?
My name is Najè Imanalise. I'm from Denver, Colorado, born and raised. Been here in Oklahoma City for about 2 going on 3 years now.
Okay. Well, I know I'm not going to need the microphone, but you might have to talk
I got a very low voice. The last podcast I did, they was like, I can't hear you, so I had to,
Facts.
put a little bass in it.
Facts. And I know the other day, if y'all was watching the live while I was at the rave, this is who I was with. If you couldn't hear nothing that she said, guess what? We got her right on the podcast so you can hear everything that she got to say. So I'm going to turn the camera a little bit more towards her because it's all about her. And what? I was like, hold on now. Why that motherfucker trying to end on me? Now, my first question is, what all do you do?
Oh, girl, I'm a jack of all trades. I do a lot. The main 2 things that I do, though, I'm a creative director, which in that category fits musician and model manager, graphic designer, promoter, event and party host. I even do like photo shoots and stuff like that, you know, set up photo shoots for models. I help businesses with the things that they need starting out. So I help people get their LLCs. I put them onto different job opportunities. You know, I help them find housing. So I'm just one of those people all around who I just love helping those people who need help. You know, I feel like we all start at the same place and we all got to support each other. You know what I'm saying at the end of the day?
Right.
He know it's something good in that bag.
I see. He ran up in here to get that shit. Now, do you offer these services for free, or do you offer them?
So it really just depends. You know, I've worked with a lot of artists who are just starting out and who don't know which way to go. They don't know anything about, you know, ASCAP, BMI to get their royalties. They don't know how to set up shows and things. So it really just depends what level they're at. You know, I have other artists who are on the expert level who they just need me to set up a album release party for them. You know, they got everything down. So I really just like to work with people on their budget because, you know, everybody knows what it feels like to be a starving artist if you're an artist or, you know, just even an entrepreneur in general. So, yeah, I'm flexible. I get to the money, but I'm flexible.
Right, that's dope as fuck. Now, what got you started with this passion?
Ooh, so
I guess these passions. We can't even say this passion. These passions.
Okay, so with the music industry, my father and my mother, they were both actually in the industry. My dad, he's a musician. He's a promoter. He has his own record label. So, you know, I'm 26. He started that since before my older brother was born. So he's damn near a vet, you know, 40 plus years. My mom was a dancer. I also get my cooking passion from my mom. I was the firstborn girl, so I was the one who was in the kitchen helping, you know, prepare all of the meals every holiday and, you know, just giving her breaks, especially when she had my younger siblings and stuff. I would be the one kind of taking over. So I got that kind of mom in me, you know.
Right.
And yeah, I feel like cooking gives me peace just as equally as music does. I don't love one of my passions, you know, more than the other.
Okay.
Just because I feel like you gotta love what you do. You know what I'm saying? I love working with people. I love working with musicians, and I love to cook. So.
Right, that's real. I love to do all of those things as well.
No. Jack of all trades.
All right. Now, how many years have you been doing this, would you say?
So creative directing I've been doing since I was 17. When I graduated high school, I went straight into college and I kind of knew from there what I wanted to do. So when I first started out, a lot of people in Colorado, I don't know if y'all even on this page, but once I share, you know, shout out to the Mile High Queens Club, my original models. That was my company when I first started at 17. And it was just basically to give girls like me the opportunity to model and to showcase their talents, you know, because growing up I was bullied in school. I went to a predominantly white high school and I got bullied by the black kids, to say the least, you know, for being a black girl. And not only that, but I've always been heavy chested, you know. I was like a triple D in 9th grade, so I used to get caught chubby, and now
is heavy.
Man, okay, I be looking at the pictures now, and I'm like, damn, I wasn't even fat. I just had big titties. What? So y'all was hating on me back then? Like now, I'm like, shit. I got mom body stretch marks, all types of shit.
Right. Still looking good,
you know. But yeah, so that's what the Mile High Queens Club was. It was just to give girls like me, and not even necessarily just black girls. You know, I'm Puerto Rican and Jamaican, but I've had, you know, Mexicans. I've had Indians. I've worked with literally any and every nationality you can think of. And yeah, my cooking, on the other hand, I honestly don't know when I found out I fell in love with cooking. I think it's just always been a part of me. You know what I'm saying? And throughout the years, I just found peace in it. And yeah, like it just slowly became something that I just love to do.
That's what's up. That is what's up. Now, what type of environment would you say that you like to cook in?
Oh, it gotta be peaceful. Like I always said, shout out to, you know, them people who can go to culinary art school and then transfer into, you know, those 5-star restaurant kitchens and stuff, because I ain't got it in me. You ain't about to be yelling at me
Right.
to melt the butter.
Right,
You know, like,
right.
I'm sorry, I can't do them high pressure types
Right.
of settings. It has to be at my pace. It has to be mellow. It has to be good energy. You know, I got to be able to sip and,
Right.
you know, smoke and just vibe. In order for it to come out right, you know, I put love into everything I do, so I got to be in the right state of mind.
That's a fucking fact. For real. If y'all just now tuning in, it is the Couch Chronicles and it ain't no fucking limits. We did start a little bit late, but it's okay.
You know.
It's all good. Shit happens, but we here. And we gonna get this podcast done. We gonna finish the whole thing. Y'all gonna get to know some good information from this beautiful goddess. Like, I love her energy. I love hanging around her. Like, anytime I get a chance, I'll be like, oh, let me go see what she doing. Oh, let me go hang out with her. Because it's the energy and it's the vibes for me. Mm-hmm. So, y'all make sure you follow and support. It's all about love, support, good vibes, and positive energy. And also, if you're looking for a personal chef.
I'm your woman.
Yeah.
Okay, see, I'm going to definitely give y'all the tags and everything. They below, like she said, but definitely tap in with me, trying to build that clientele.
Definitely, definitely. Now, what's the difference with baking and cooking for you?
So to me, baking is more intense. Like, you know, I've never been the type of person to like measure ingredients and stuff. And as many cookbooks as my mama had, like she never measured either.
Right.
So I feel like baking is more intense for me just because I don't go off any recipes. I could basically just look at a recipe and take it from there and make it how I like it. So it's just the tweaking it, you know, getting it to how you like it, getting it to be something that's different, you know.
Facts.
Cooking, on the other hand, is just, I feel like cooking is more easy just because it's basic, you know. You got your protein, you got your starch, you got your vegetables, and you just take it from there. So
Okay. What did you have a harder time doing, cooking or baking?
That's a good question. I honestly don't know. I think both for me is pretty easy. It's just like certain items. Like I'm about to start mastering like my creme brulee. I want to start figuring out like the right consistency, you know.
All right.
And then on the cooking side, it's my steaks. Like baby, like his steaks like medium rare, and I'm a medium well type of girl. And a lot of the times, you know, we got the baby and stuff, so our steaks be coming out well done.
Right.
So it's just getting them temperatures right, you know, timing right, all of that stuff without a thermometer.
I'll tell you one thing I used to like before I went vegan. Y'all see the shirt, Slutty Vegan though. It says, what's your favorite dessert to bake?
Favorite dessert to bake? Hands down, I love baking cakes, like whether it's pound cake, honestly pies too. Peach cobbler was one of my favorites that my mom would make. Okay. So baking a good peach cobbler, like a berry cobbler, fire. Or like some really good cakes, some 7-Up pound cakes. She made a really good butter cake recipe that I gotta perfect.
So I used to eat medium rare steak with extra blood on the side before I went vegan.
Really? Hey, son, that blood is acquired taste for some people.
It really is. So shout out to all the vampires that be watching the podcast.
Okay.
If y'all didn't hear in season 1, I do still have people that want to be bit. So if you're watching, I got some people that do want to get bit. So hey, holla at us. I wouldn't mind interviewing a vampire. I'm just saying. I mean, you can't bite me. Or you
but
can.
I might know somebody.
All right. Or you might can. You never know. Y'all, it's the Couch Chronicles and there ain't no fucking limits. Man. Now, what culinary skills are you seeking to develop?
So I have been watching a lot of people who like to watch like the cooking TikToks. Y'all probably will know who I'm talking about. It's this chocolatier, and his name is Amarion Goucher, and he has a show on, I think it's Food Network or something, where he's just, you know, he's a chocolatier, and it's a chocolate contest. So he be having them build like all kinds of crazy ass sculptures all out of chocolate and shit.
Really?
So that's gonna be my next plan of action. I want to really learn how to become a chocolatier, like from getting the cocoa beans and like making my own cocoa butter and my own milk chocolate, all of that stuff.
Wow, that actually would be pretty dope.
Right?
What do you think about Good Girls Chocolate in the mall?
Oh my gosh, y'all, let me tell you about this place. Why did she do this to me? I went in there and spent $60 on this chocolate. And when I tell you they hand-fed me, they hand-fed me samples of every single one of their chocolates in there. Oh my gosh.
And I always tell people, it's you go in there, you get free samples. Because they be like, I'm going to go over here because they get free samples. Well, they do too. But the good thing is it's vegan.
Mm-hmm. And it's so good. Like,
pure.
I had to tell him to go get me some. He act like he ignored my text message. He was not playing.
The other day, I was like, you know what? I need some. Remember, I was like, I need some Good Girl chocolate. Remember, I wanted to go so bad. I was like, fuck. But I didn't want to leave. I was like, as soon as I leave, she gonna be ready.
Right. I stayed on the shop. I'm literally right around the corner. I'm going to have to just run over there. Just go on a quick little shopping spree. You know that macaroon store that's in the middle of the mall, too? They get me every time, too.
Do they?
It was between them and Good Girl, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to go over here and give them a try. But they take my money, too, because they're so good.
I love a good dessert. The thing about being vegan is you don't really find a lot of good vegan desserts. And so there's times where I travel 30 minutes to an hour just to go get a dessert. Because I'm like, shit. I shop at 5, maybe 6 different stores being vegan. So, which I'm not mad. I'm not. But I'll tell you one thing. Sometimes I'm like, you know what? If I can find a store that has everything in it, that'll be better.
And you got to make your own store.
I thought about it. I definitely thought about it.
Nowadays, you got to grow your own vegetables. You got to...
I promise I was already on it. I'm already on it. I already got my garden already ready to be dug up and started. Now, what's your strongest skill?
My customer service skills. Just because I'm such a people person. Like, I'm an introvert, don't get me wrong. I can't be around big crowds of people for a long time, you know, because it's just too many different things, from the smells to the sounds to the attitudes to the energies. It's just too much going on. But I am also very extroverted at the same time. Like, I love meeting people. I love, you know, I'm a very motivating person. I would say I'm probably one of the main friends, you know, for a lot of my friends that they can call up when they just need someone to talk to or just to vent to, even my family. And sometimes, you know, having a healing energy to you can be very, what's the word I'm looking for? It could be very tiring at times, you know, because you just giving so much of yourself to everyone else. But yeah, it's like, you know, but shit, what was the question again? It's the
What's your strongest skill?
Yeah, it's my customer service skills. Yeah, I was going into a whole other... but yeah, customer service skills. Just because I'm such a people person, I am that person that people can call and depend on, you know. Like I said, with pretty much anything. Like, I done got people jobs who I ain't talked to in 6 years, you know.
Right.
I probably got about 18 different people's resumes in my Google Drive for me just, you know, making people resumes to get jobs. So, just being that people person all around.
Right. Y'all, if you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you hit the like button. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure that you share the live. It's the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. Now, what is your favorite dish to cook?
That's a hard one. I would say I love fish. I'm a fish person. I was just reading the comments, too.
Oh, yeah.
A nice certain fish seared. Yeah, I'm definitely a fish person. I make a really good sweet onion teriyaki salmon. That's one of my favorites. I love coconut rice. And then, of course, the Puerto Rican in me goes to the, you know, the mofongo and the sofrito, you know, base and stuff,
Right.
soup base and stuff like that. So, yeah, I would say fish all around, just fish in general. Like, I could really do a lot with fish. So versatile.
Well, for those that don't know, you can make vegan fish out of, it's like a banana, it's in a can. It's like, it looks like a banana.
It's not jackfruit.
No, it's not jackfruit, but it looks like, I think it's actually called banana in a can or some shit like that, but,
I'm gonna have to look it up. I seen someone make some vegan fried catfish out of oyster mushrooms.
mm-hmm.
Because it has that, like,
right, that,
meat-like texture,
yes,
you know?
definitely,
You can
like,
really marinate it and get whatever flavor from it that you want.
right. Y'all, oh, and if you're coming to our union on May the 20th, I do have a certain vegan dish that will be cooked by my beautiful goddess right here. Okay, but I'm gonna tell you as soon as we done with this, girl, I got an idea for that ass.
Okay.
I'm also gonna see if I can get something from cause I love like the pita chips, like the pita bread from oh, you haven't tried Kava yet, but
No, we was just talking about that.
yes,
too.
y'all, Kava is amazing. I'm just saying. If you like to eat, Kava is good too. Now, what's your biggest passion? It doesn't have to be food. It could just be just whatever. What's your biggest passion in life?
That's such a hard one. I think just to love and to be loved, you know?
Right.
I think that's, just to love and to be loved. Like, love just feels good, whether it's from a friend. Like,
right.
You know, I'm a new mom, so I just sit there and I look at her all day like, God.
Right.
Like, you know, like, it's crazy. Like, what?
Right.
I'm all mom now. So just overall love, being loved, experiencing love in different ways, you know?
What's the best love that you've experienced?
The love that comes from my daughter.
Yeah.
You know, like, so far that's been it. Or I could say the love that I've experienced from my mother. And now that I am a mother, I can realize what she felt.
Right.
But, you know, yeah.
That's dope. That's dope as fuck, for real. Did you always want to cook growing up, or?
I think part of me did. I really didn't know what, like, after high school, I really didn't know what I wanted to do because I wanted to do so much. Like, I graduated high school. I was like, yeah, I'm going to culinary arts school. I'm going to be a massage therapist. I'm going to fashion design school, you know. It was so much at 17, 18 years old. But I think once I got into that, just learning myself and learning who I was, especially starting out promoting in the 21 and up clubs and stuff at 18.
Right.
I was like, oh, I like this. Like, I don't like being the center of attention, but I like running shit.
Right.
You know? Like, I like being boss on boss mode. So
right.
That automatically just clicked for me, like, oh, wait, you know. And I was making, like, I'm going home with, like, $2,000-$3,000 every show, you know. Like, yeah, that was definitely like, okay, this is what we gonna do. And then...
Hello, gorgeous. Crystal
hey.
Jacobs.
What's up, Crystal? And then for cooking, I honestly, like I said, I just grew up cooking, so I think it was always instilled inside of me, and then I just found my peace in it throughout the years, you know, as I became an adult and really just set off on my own. Like, before I had my family and stuff in Colorado, it was me and my puppy, so I'm dancing around the house cooking for myself and stuff, you know, just finding my muse and my outlet. And that's kind of how cooking became a passion, because it became an outlet for me first.
Right. Now, excuse me, what steps do you take to improve a dish?
I think for me, my taste buds can only go so far, you know, like, I know how I like stuff, but when you're cooking for people and you're cooking for different people like that, you have to appeal to other people's taste buds and not just your own. So the main thing I do is get input from other people, you know, like inviting people over for dinner or I put him to work. He be my main taste tester. You know, babe, here, taste this. What do we need? Of course, he gonna tell me everything tastes good.
Right.
But yeah, that's.
What's the main type of taste that you like in your food? Spice, sweet.
That depends on what kind of meal it is. So if I'm going like to the Caribbean or to the island side of me, then I'm gonna want a little bit of spice. You know, I'm gonna want that. If I'm going to, like, you know, the Italian, it has to be, like, basil is my go-to for Italian food. I honestly love the taste of cilantro, too. Like, I know a lot of people who hate cilantro. Ate some today. Oh, my gosh, that. And then, have you ever had pho? Yes. You know it's like Thai basil or something that you put in it, those basil leaves that have that. I don't like the taste of licorice, but it borderline tastes like licorice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't like pho.
You don't like pho?
I don't like licorice.
Yeah, so it's like, I don't know how to explain it. It's like almost like a minty basil taste, but I love the taste of that.
No, I like a good, like a mojito type mint type of. You know what I mean? Like the way it tastes, just.
I'm trying to figure out how to explain it to you. It's like, if you have pho though, and you put all of the toppings in your pho, then you know the flavor I'm talking about. It's like that basil leaf. It looks like it's a large, like, mint leaf, you know? And it's like, I think it's Thai basil or something like that. But yeah, that's a go-to cooking Thai food.
Do you make grape leaves? Stuffed grape leaves?
I've never attempted stuffed grape leaves.
Really?
That sounds good, though. Some, as they
grape,
call it in the Mediterranean, some dolma.
Yeah.
So good.
Yes. Definitely good. If y'all just now tuning in, it is the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. Make sure you follow Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook and TikTok. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube and Instagram, which is THARealJANELL. If you're watching on YouTube, make sure that you hit the like button. If you're watching on Facebook, make sure that you share the live. It's all about love, support, good vibes, and positive energy, and we just trying to spread that. I'm just saying. If you want to support the couch, you can Cash App or PayPal, THARealJANELL. I do take tips. Just saying. I have an event this Friday. Let's talk about lupus this Friday at Midwest City at Official Sports Bar and Grill. If you're in Oklahoma City or in a surrounding area and you have lupus, or you know anybody that has lupus, or you want to learn about lupus, please come on out. It's donations. Everything is donation. Whatever you see there is donation. I'm not sure if the main bar and the main food is going to be donation, but everything that I'm providing is going to be donation. So, and when you come in, you'll get a bracelet. You know, I got some, matter of fact, do you mind passing me that basket?
Oh, that right there?
Yeah, I got some good gifts. I'm going to go ahead and show y'all again. I'm not going to open the gifts like I did yesterday, but I'm going to show y'all again that
that thing heavy.
Yes, we got some nice stuff. I got the bracelets already, the lupus bracelet. So whenever you come in, you get a bracelet. You know what I'm saying? You get to learn about lupus. I have men cologne. I have women perfume. I have all type of different fragrances and different giveaways. So come learn about lupus. Let's talk about lupus this Friday in Midwest City at Official Sports Bar and Grill. It's going to be a lot of dope-ass performances. I even have... Actually, I'm going to play... Do you mind if I play a song? I'm not going to play the whole song, but I want y'all to hear just a sample of this because one of my friends that I met in Dallas when I had an event out there, actually one of my gang members, you know what I'm saying, Taurus gang, he's actually going to come out here and perform.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, I'm super excited. So he's going to be driving from Dallas, and I'm going to give y'all a little piece of this. Shout out to Free Gang.
Knew that shit wasn't real, it was fake. Knew that you would change on me. See the envy in your eyes and on your face. Knew that you would change on me. Knew that shit wasn't real, it was fake. Knew that you would change on me. my shows now. My haters get more down. I wish I knew then. I wish I knew then what I know now. Doubted me then, but you know now, yeah. I'm back in my bag, back to the paper. They gon' hate on you now, they gon' hate on you later. Keep it 100 when shit getting faker. Some people are solid, some people are change. It's really just part of the game. You not a part of the game.
I'm just saying. Y'all, and I can't wait till he perform that. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so, yeah, I can't wait till he get out here. And I'm getting him on the couch. So he gonna get an interview as well. So I'm super excited. I can't wait to have him. I can't wait to y'all get to hear him live, and his performance skills is amazing. I'm telling you.
Stage presence.
You do not want to miss it. It's a lot of different artists. Still Country, Alani Janae, Serenity, my cousin Mary Marie. Like, yo, and I'm myself gonna be performing. So you don't want to miss it. I'm telling you. This Friday, let's talk about lupus.
Right, shout out to Babe too, because he gonna be doing his thing. He got something.
Hell yeah. And I'm mad at him because he ain't sent me his picture. He needs to send it right now, today.
Nah, I'm going to send it to you. Cause, you know,
right. He going to forget.
I'm manager, so, you know.
Facts.
Gotta get him right. Shit.
Right. Now, my next question is, what's your biggest obstacle that you faced regarding your business so far?
Oh, man. Just, I moved, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I left home, and it's starting all over. It's like starting from scratch. Got to rebuild your clientele. Got to make new friends. Got to, you know, just put yourself out there. So far, that's just been it. I just had a baby, so 9 months ago, you know, 9 months gone because I was baking and, you know, sitting on my ass, couldn't be in the club around smoke and couldn't drink and just couldn't, you know. Right. So now it's back to work now that she's here and she's manifested herself. Yeah, moving was definitely the biggest thing because I was already very known in Colorado. Right. I wasn't like, you know, Colorado famous or nothing, but I was making a name for myself, you know. And I think quarantine really shut down all of that. Right. Because I remember South by Southwest, what was it, 2019? What was 2020? South by Southwest, I was in Dallas 2020. I had a couple artists booked to go and perform on the main street, and a month later, everything got canceled. So I was like, you know what, kind of lost my motivation, as I know a lot of us did. Lost my motivation. You know, was at home hustling, struggling, all the above, and then ended up moving just to make things neat, you know, make a better life for myself because it's so expensive out there. Like, being 26 and now having a family, but still just being, you know, in your 20s out there, and the rent prices is you paying maybe $1,500-$1,600 for a 1-bedroom apartment that's 800 square feet, you know, as opposed to coming out here getting that same size apartment for $500-$600 a month. Like, yeah, I couldn't do that. Right. You know, there's too much. That means you got to work 2-3 jobs. And then where's your livelihood? Being somebody who likes to go out and just have a social life. Like, it's you can't have no social life out there. You know, I know everybody be calling me on a daily basis out there how they struggling and going through shit. It couldn't be me. I couldn't do that shit.
Now, what did you do to change, like, your mind frame of when quarantine happened and you got, you know, down and out? What did you do to change your mind? Was it depression or what would you call it?
Oh, that was a rough, like, 2 years. Like, honestly, 18, 19, and 20, they was all rough because I had a bad slip and fall in 2018, shattered my rotator cuff, had a concussion. I feel you on that. Couldn't use my arm. I'm, you know, splint up, locked up. So that was 2018, 2019. You know, I ended a very toxic relationship. And then so going into 2020, going into quarantine, it was depression. I ain't even gonna lie to you. It was depression just because of everything that was going on, you know, the previous years. And I ended up going to California with my dad because I remember reminding myself, like, I've never had an addictive system, but at that time I was drinking. Like, I was damn near an alcoholic. You feel me? Like, I'm buying 2-3 bottles a day. Every time somebody calling me, hey, let's go get a bottle. I'm like, hell yeah, you know, let's get that Remy, you know, let's get some. But I had to kind of take a step back and, like, realize, like, girl, this ain't you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to find means to keep going. And so I went to California with my dad for maybe, like, 2 months. And that was, like, right after my breakup had happened. And that was really what had knocked me into the depression, because that shit was so toxic, you know what I'm saying, that it was like, oh, I need some escape. So when I came back from California, it was just like, you know, like, oh, it's just, you go back into that atmosphere and it just instantly depresses you. And that's when I kind of made the decision, like, as soon as I got back, I was like, yeah, I don't want to be out here no more, you know. And it was hard for me because, you know, my siblings, I have a younger brother. My mom, you know, was battling her breast cancer and stuff. So it was really a fight within myself, like, is this the right time to move? But I had to remember that can't nobody else be good if I'm not good. You know, like, I can't do nothing for nobody if I'm not taking care of myself and doing what I need to do for myself. Y'all ain't even gonna have access to me. So in order for me to do good, like, I gotta separate myself from the bullshit for a minute and just, you know, focus on me for a minute so that I can get right.
Facts. Now, 2 questions before I forget. One, what was it hard to leave your family and put you first?
It definitely was. I'm such a selfless person. I've literally, like, I'm a middle child, so my brother's the baby, my little sister's the baby. You know what I'm saying? I was always the one who was, like, the black sheep of the family, but at the end of the day, I was still the only one that people would call when they needed something. You know, like, oh, I need you to babysit. I need to borrow some money. I need to come over and spend the night. I'm always the one, you know? And so it was hard. It was hard for a minute, but I got through it. You know what I'm saying? Still being able to call them and talk to them every single day. Then on top of that, I'm not in the drama no more, so now they calling me with the drama, and I'm like, well, I can't help you because I ain't there, so, you know. It did get easier over time, though, you know. It still be having its moments, especially now with everything going on, but it's like, I just have such a peace of mind. Like, I went through that whole year, 2020, just partying and stuff. In 2021, after I moved out here, it was just like a self-realization and meditation year for me. Like, I was deep in prayer and meditation, deep in, you know, manifesting the things that I wanted for my life. I started doing my vision boards. I started taking people's advice about, you know, waking up and reciting affirmations to yourself and just putting yourself in that, you know, that mental state of mind. And I'm not the one to down talk on depression or anything, but I feel like a lot of the times depression is a state of mind because we have power over ourselves, you know, like God, we are God. God lives inside of us, you know what I'm saying? So you always hear the saying from, like, Christian people, oh, you have power, the power of life and death in your tongue, you know. As a man thinketh, so it is. And that shit is so true, you know, because you get the energy that you put out into the world. So if you constantly waking up and feeling bad for yourself and, oh, I'm tired of this, and you know what I'm saying, that you just gonna be stuck in the same cycles. If you put yourself in the state of mind of, oh, I'm tired of this. This is where I want to go in life, and this is where I'm at, and this is what I need to do to get there. So let me get up off my ass and do that. Shit starts turning around, you know, because now you are in that state of mind where I got something to live for. You know what I'm saying? Right.
That's real. That's real as fuck. Now, my next question is, now, what about your old relationship was toxic? Like, can you explain that a little bit in detail?
Ooh, it was so mentally and emotionally toxic. Like, he never was really extra physical with me, you know what I'm saying, to the point where we was in there fist fighting each other and bruising each other up. It got physical maybe once because he shoved me or, you know, pushed me into a table or some shit like that. But it was just so mentally and emotionally draining. He was definitely a narcissist, and I had to learn the hard way of what a narcissist was. That was definitely him, and he was also insecure within himself, which bounced off of him and reflected onto me, you know. He couldn't figure out how to deal with his own emotions, so I remember getting into an argument literally one of the last arguments we got into was because I went out with my cousin for her 21st birthday, and I wasn't driving at the time, so I didn't end up coming home till 3, 4 in the morning. But
when she was ready to go.
Yes, it's
right,
her birthday,
it's her vehicle.
Exactly. And so we were staying at his sister's house, and he would not come and open the door for me at 4 o'clock in the morning. So I stood outside in the freezing cold, waiting for him to open the door for 2 hours. I was banging on windows, all types of shit. And then the next day, he woke up with an attitude, wasn't speaking to me and none of that stuff, but was having a conversation with his sister about how he felt about what we was going through. And when I spoke on it, like, okay, we'll bring it to the table, what's going on, it was, oh, no, I don't want to do that. So why are you speaking on me to your sister and you not trying to fix what we got going on? And that type of shit went on for 3 years. Just not being intimate, he wasn't being intimate with me for over 1.5 years. And I was fighting myself because I thought I wasn't attracted to him anymore. I'm sitting here like, what is it? Like, is it me? Like, did I gain too much weight? Am I, do I need to fix my hair? Just thinking it was something within myself and not realizing that this man can't even take his shirt and his drawers off in front of me when we have sex. You know what I'm saying? He can't even take a shower with me. He's not comfortable within himself. It took me a long time to realize that. And I low-key came to the realization that he might like me. You know what I'm saying? Just based off of the things that he would say to me. And, like, when you see, when dudes are always extra offended by gay people, and you don't have no reason to be offended by them just because they live in their lives, like, you know what I'm saying? That nigga's gay. That nigga, like, why? Okay, and so what? Why is that bothering you?
Right.
And it was always men like that who ended up coming out the closet years later, So I don't know, to be honest. I haven't spoke to him since we broke up, but yeah, that situation, one of them. Like, yeah, it's a lot of them in Colorado too. Cough, cough. It's a lot. But yeah.
So, a lot of undercovers. Do they ever finally come out, or?
Well, the ones that I know have been outed. Like, forced
to
come
it's
out.
Forced. Oh, okay. So they do them type of things.
So, like, somebody was basically exposing him, on Facebook, and it just blew up and went viral. And after that, it was no way for them to hide it. So they just been them off.
So do you have an issue with, like, if he would have been messing with men? Like, would you had an issue if he was bisexual?
Honestly, no. If he was, just one or another. Like, don't be over there doing what you do with him. And then
so if he's pansexual, so if, like, for me, like, love doesn't have a gender. If I'm with one, I'm with one. I'm not. So if he's with just you and not, but what if he says, hey, babe, can I bring Jonathan home? And
yeah, no. It's like, that's your choice. That's not what I want for myself. I don't have nothing against you, but that's just not. If I feel like if that was the case, you should have brought this to me before we got into a serious relationship. You know what I'm saying? You should have let me know what it was from the beginning instead of trying to be something that you were not to appease me, to get me. Yeah.
Could you be in a relationship with a bisexual man?
Honestly, no, I don't think so. I feel like it's fucked up to say, but it's a double standard when it comes to things like that, because when you think of two women together, it's like, oh damn, like that shit sounds nice, but when you think about two men, it's like, I don't really, that's cool, but I don't want to hear it. I have a gay best friend too. He was just on my live. Shout out to him.
Hey.
And he be telling me his sex stories all the time, and I love him to death, but I just be like, yeah, I gotta laugh it off, because it's it's a little uncomfortable to hear a man, refer to his booty as a pussy, but
right,
it's your prerogative.
Oh, he don't say
baby.
pussy? Oh.
No.
I thought they call it a bussy.
No, he call it his pussy.
Okay.
That's his pussy. I'm like, yeah, that's what you use it for. So, but it ain't the same.
Y'all, listen, y'all already know it's the Couch Chronicles and there ain't no fucking limits. Don't play with me.
I have to take another sip of my wine.
Right. I'm about to take another shot. Now, what was your childhood like growing up?
it was very interesting. So my parents got divorced when I was 9. And my dad, he's always been a musician, so when they got divorced, you know, he kind of went to Atlanta for a few years. Mama was holding down the fort, and things between them wasn't the best after their divorce. It was a lot of, you know, unfortunately bitterness, as it is a lot of times in those situations with divorced parents. And I think for me, I kind of struggled just because I was a middle kid and I was a daddy's girl at that. So when my dad moved away, I was like, I don't have nobody. Like, my mom hates me, you know. And then growing up, kind of, we had those conversations, and it was just kind of, you know, she was upset about the divorce, you know, and me being a daddy's girl, she was like, I don't understand why you love him more than me. And it wasn't that. It's just like, that's just my dad. Like, that's my nigga. You got two. You feel me? You got big bro, and you got little sis. So, with little on me, but I was her firstborn girl, so it was like I was supposed to be her mini-me, you know. My little sister looked just like her, though, so she but other than that, it was just, I grew up around all boys. Like, I'm the firstborn girl on both sides of my family. Both of my aunts, unfortunately, had twins, and they lost their girls. So it was just kind of like I was destined to be the first girl, you know. I don't know what God's plan is with that just yet, but I know it's something, because now this new generation is just nothing but girls. Like, and my daughter is one of the oldest of both sides of the families, being, you know, first girls.
Wow, that is actually kind of dope.
Yeah, it is. I'm not gonna lie.
Y'all
like,
probably supposed to be warriors.
You know, yeah, because I'm...
Woman kings.
Shit, because I'm, like, I don't know. I was raised by some very strong men. I was raised by my mama, too. She's a very strong woman, was a very strong woman. But, like, when I look at my cousins, at least most of them, like, they're some really dope people, you know. And I'm blessed because they taught me how to fight.
Right.
I was fighting all throughout high school. I was going home getting sat and farted on by my older brother, and then my cousins would come over on the weekend and be pushing me out the door.
Farted on.
You know, they would sit there and make me watch them play Mortal Kombat on gory mode, and yeah, we had some adventures.
Now, what's the toughest decision that you've made as an adult?
Thus far, I think it's going back to that, just moving away from home for the first time, you know.
Right.
I had never really been away from Colorado like that. Like, I always traveled. I've been to Miami. I've been, you know, to Seattle. I've been a bunch of different places, but it was never for an extended amount of time. Like, even when I was in Florida, I was back and forth, you know, for like 6 months. I wasn't just straight in Florida for 6 months. I was always coming home every couple of weeks and spending time with family. And then when I moved out here, like, the last time I saw my whole family together was like Christmas of 2021. That was like the last time I went home. Besides this last trip, you know, going home for mom's service and stuff. So that was pretty hard for me. Just especially because my mom was battling breast cancer, you know.
Now, what type of toll did that put on you?
Shit. What type of toll didn't it put on me? You can never prepare yourself. I'm gonna start tearing up, girl.
It's okay, I'm here. My mom had breast cancer too. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah, losing your parent is like, it's not something that you could prepare yourself for, you know. Losing anyone who's close to you, but I think she was diagnosed with breast cancer my senior year of high school, so she was strong, you know, like she battled through it all. She found out she had breast cancer, and then found out she was pregnant like a month later. And she went through the whole pregnancy. She couldn't do chemo or nothing because my baby brother, but when she got, like, my mom lived with cancer for 12 years. You know, and a lot of people don't even make it that long with the disease. So to me, it was like, now that she's gone, I put a lot of things into perspective, you know. Everything
like, even the lessons and stuff that she would teach me when I was younger, like, now that she's gone, I literally hear her voice daily telling me, having conversations, the whole conversations and just main points that I need to hear in my life right now. So it's especially right now, being a new mom, it's hard, you know, because there's so much that I want to call her for. But I have a good village behind me, so I'm just thankful for that. I'm thankful that she got to experience being a grandmother before she left the earth. And she got to meet my daughter, you know, she got to love on her even though she wasn't feeling her best. She still picked her up and held her 2 weeks before she passed away and kissed her and told her she loved her. But yeah, something like that is very hard to go through and to fight through on an emotional and spiritual level. Because I try not to beat myself up for moving away from home, you know. Both of my siblings stayed. And they were able to take care of her through it all. Like, even her last week on earth, you know, my brother, my sister, and my dad, they were divorced when I was 9, and my dad was by her side literally since the time that he found out she had breast cancer. He was there supporting, paying for treatments, paying for flight tickets, you know, just all of that. So it's just, it's a blessing, you know. She's still blessing us from beyond, but it's definitely hard not having her here, and it's something that I'll get over. I'm never gonna get over, but it's something that I'll get through eventually.
Do you feel like that's maybe one thing that happened in your life that will change you that has changed you forever?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. She was kind of like another level of peace for me. You know, we didn't have the best relationship all the time. Especially not through my teenage years, because I was rebellious. I was a badass kid for a minute, just because I was so upset. Like, I couldn't understand why most of the time I wasn't able to go spend time with my dad. They had a restraining order, and, you know, so it was a lot of resentment. It was a lot of bitterness for a long time between me and her, and I think that's really, you know, part of it that hurts too, is like all of that time was wasted on negativity. And then looking at my daughter and realizing how much my mom actually loved me. And realizing that shit was not worth it at the end of the day, because she's not here, you know. And I wasted that time that I could have been loving her and appreciating her and being in her presence. But it's a part of life, and I've accepted it, you know. And I think it's motivated me to be the best mom that I could be, you know, the best partner that I could be, eventually the best wife that I can be. Like, I want to be like her with her strength, but I want to be so much more, you know. And I know that she would want the same for me, because one of the last things she told me before she went to the hospital was, oh, you're going to be a great mom. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to do that. I'm going to be a great mom. And she's always told me to just, you know, accomplish my dreams, to pray about everything, to put God first, and, you know, so that's what I got to do. And I'm going to continue to do that. I think it's definitely motivated me these past couple of weeks, especially with my business, because she left me all of her catering stuff, you know, like all of the stuff that she told me to come get last year, because she was done catering. I have all of it now, so it's like I got to put it to use. Like, I can't just let it sit there and collect dust. So yeah, I'm definitely on all 10 toes right now, going hard in the paint. I really want to be able to give my daughter what my mom was working to give us growing up.
Right. Y'all, if you just now tuning in, it's the Couch Chronicles. And I swear to God, I was about to pull out the tissues, and I was like, nah, we ain't finna be crying.
You know, let me...
It's the Couch Chronicles and it ain't no fucking limits. If you just now tuning in, make sure you follow the Couch Chronicles on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook and TikTok. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram and my main YouTube and Instagram, which is THA Real JANELL. Also, make sure that you follow my guests on all social media. It's all about love, support, good vibes, and positive energy.
I know, we was just ugly crying for a second. I was getting my Kim Kardashian all of me.
You hear me? It's all good. Because, man.
Yeah, these are some good questions.
Thank you. Yes. Y'all, I'm gonna play a song just to get the mood. Because I'm telling y'all that, man, my heart just can't take it. Y'all, it's the Couch Chronicles and there ain't no fucking limits. Y'all know anything that's said on this couch, we can't make none of this shit up. None of it.
Keep your head up, and you've been working every day to get your bread up. It's even lonely at the top, and now you're fed up. That shit is crazy, you go through, but you can't make this shit up. No, that shit is crazy, you go through, but you can't make this shit up. No, you can't make this shit. I ain't got no reason to be making up no stories. I ain't even putting extras on it. I'm in places somehow it is becoming undifferent. So please excuse me if I tell you I need me some distance. I'm just trying to get my hair right and my energy. I have people turn from my friends to my enemies. Ooh, that shit just don't sit right. But my luck's fucked up and I can't lie.
I'm just saying, y'all, we can't make none of this shit up. It's the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. I got a few more questions, and then we gonna wrap it up.
Yeah, of course. Okay. I'm ready. I'm good.
Now, who is your go-to person when you're going through something?
Oh, I got a couple. Honestly, like the main person right now is my baby, because of course that's my baby.
Right.
We live in the same house. We be venting.
Right.
Letting it out. Comforting each other, all of that good stuff. But also, like, my best friends. Like, I have one really good friend from high school. We 12 years in. And, like, I could just call her and talk to her about any and everything under the sun. Same thing with my other best friend, Musa. We don't talk every day, you know, but I could call him and just let it go if I need to.
Right. That's what's up. Now, when you're out doing business, do you get hit on a lot?
Yes. Yes. And you know what's crazy? It's always by old men.
I believe it.
Yeah, like I never have nobody my age come to me in person. It's always, oh, I seen you in person, or you know, they hit the DM or something like that, or they, oh yeah, what's your Instagram tag? Yeah, I'm gonna definitely hit you up about that artist interview, and they end up, damn, you're beautiful. Like, when you gonna let me take you out? Like, and you couldn't say that in person. But you got these old men. I'll never forget. I was in California. It was right there where, right there in Leimert Park where they have the MLK, parade and stuff every year. It was like a Rasta festival or something going on down there. And me and my dad went down there. And this was just like 2 years ago. You know, we branch off and stuff. And usually, like, me and my dad will be moving together and stuff. You know, but we had branched off and I went and did my own thing. And I walked by this old dude and he was like, honey. He looked back and he was like, ooh wee. He was like, you make an old nigga want to be young again. I said, sir, dad, like, where you at?
Right.
Before that, I was in college and this is what they call a backhanded compliment, right? I took it offensive because I was like, nigga, what you mean? Like, I had to take a second and think about it. And then somebody was like, yeah, that was supposed to be a compliment. I'm like, he should have just gave me a compliment. I was coming out of school. This is when I was like a sophomore in college. I was coming out of school. It was our finals week. I'm all dressed up and stuff because I'm going out with my friends and stuff after finals. And it was this dude at the train station, the light rail station, on the school campus. And he was like, "Girl, you look like how Lil' Kim is supposed to look."
Well, damn.
I'm like, yeah, I have to think about it for a second. Like, what do you, like... I mean, I know she don't look her best right now, but how,
right.
Like...
But she was fine. Lil' Kim ass was fine.
She was back in the day.
I think she kind of getting... I don't know. I think she kind of... I don't know. I got to look again. Now, what do you do that other chefs don't do? Do you cook naked maybe, or...
That might be coming soon, That'll be coming soon. Me and baby got some stuff planned.
Hey.
Some little massage packages, couples packages and stuff we're working on. I don't really know. I think I cook with love,
Right.
I don't know if everybody cook with love. I don't know if they just, cook for the money or they cook because they ain't got nothing else to do. But I cook with love. Like everything I make, I'll cook for other people like I'm cooking for my family. Because my family, especially my mama's side, they are some very competitive chefs. Like my mom and my aunt, they would be in the kitchen every week, like exchanging recipes and girl, you need to add more nutmeg in that, like, yeah. So
Oh, damn.
I cook like I'm cooking for my family. I don't want you to say nothing.
Right.
You go, oh shit, that's good. What you put in it? Like, I don't want you, oh, you need a little bit of salt. You
Right.
need all of that.
Now, what are a few of your strengths as a business owner?
I'm very professional. I keep it very professional. It's very hard already as a Black entrepreneur. It's twice as hard being a Black woman entrepreneur, especially in male-driven industries like the music industry. You have to come into it being assertive and let people know, especially the males know that this is what I stand for. You feel me? You're not going to come in here and treat me differently because you're attracted to me. You're not going to come in here and treat me differently because I'm a woman, and you're not going to come in here and treat me differently because you don't know me.
Right.
I'm here for a reason, and you're going to have, just like I come in here and I give you the same respect as everybody, you're going to do the same for me, or we can't work together.
Facts.
Because it's enough tables for all of us to eat at. At the end of the day, it's enough to go around. So you're supposed to be filling puzzle pieces. That's what I think of my business partners as, my puzzle pieces.
Right.
We all are coming together for the same thing, and you may have a piece to the puzzle that I haven't even thought of, you know.
That's what's up. Now, what's been your biggest professional disappointment?
I lost a lot of good footage throughout the years, from ciphers.
I hate that. Footage.
Ciphers
music.
To footage to photos from photo shoots. And what sucks about it is it was never my fault. It was always the photographer's fault or somebody else's fault.
That's even worse. I would rather it be my fault. If something is fucked up or missing or anything, I'd rather it be my fault than somebody else's, because I don't want to be mad at you. I want to be mad at me.
There's photographers that I paid for photos that they were editing, and till this day still never got my edits. We talking about 2015 and 16.
Oh, hell no.
Still never got edits. I had one photographer who gave me the flash drive that was supposed to have my artist interviews and my ciphers on it, and what are they pictures of? This nigga taking selfies with the camera.
I can't.
Like, I don't know if it was intentional or if it was, accidental, but I was like, dude, yeah, I knew not to even stress about it at that point. Like, you
That's
just
too
not,
much.
you just got to start that whole project all over again at that point.
Damn. Now, when you cook for vegans, do you use the same pots and pans as your regular food?
So I do. I very thoroughly clean my pots and pans, though. Like, I'm the type of person who I'm letting my dishes soak in scalding hot water with some Dawn, and I'm scrubbing them, you know, bleaching out the sink afterwards. I'm one of those.
Mm-hmm. I know that's right. Do you have a signature sweet dish?
Yeah, I do, actually.
Okay.
So, I brought them. This is what I have. This one right here is strawberry cheesecake, and it's just a layered cake. It has, depending on what it is, it has a layer of cake in it, a layer of pudding, a layer of whipped cream, and then some of them have fruit in them. I make banana pudding. Some of them, like my chocolate ganache, has a thin layer of like crispy chocolate in the middle, so you break into it texturally. Yeah. This is the signature right here.
Okay, okay. What else you got in the bag?
So, these are some samples. I gotta make you some vegan stuff. This is for your honey. So, this is Fruity Pebbles cake.
Yes.
And that's strawberry and black cherry whipped pudding at the bottom. And then you have the Fruity Pebbles cake and whipped cream on top.
That's pretty cool.
You know. And I'm working on right now adding some more stuff to my menu, because I know not a lot of people want to eat sweet stuff all the time, you know.
Right.
And it's Iman's kitchen and sweet, so I want to incorporate some savory dishes that aren't necessarily meals, you know. It's a lot of plates and stuff. I want to set myself aside by just doing more finger foods, you know, focusing on the snacks, because
right, that's true.
I know if I could go find a good, like, little slider, and back home we have this place called Good Times, and they have burgers. They just added actually some Beyond Burgers on the menu, but they have these little burgers called Bambino Burgers, and they're
kind of like White Castles.
That's literally all it is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, do you vendor at any events?
I do. I have a lot of stuff planned this summer. I do vend at a lot of events, so if you have, you know, big events, small events, I do like small, you know, weddings, I do birthday parties, all types of stuff. But definitely tap in with me on my socials, because I will be posting the information to all of these events coming up, including the Lupus event on Friday.
Yes. What is the best opportunity that you have gotten so far?
Honestly, that was that South by Southwest, girl. That show that got canceled for my artist. That was going to be a big one for me, because I was working on visual projects with artists. I was also working on putting together a tour for some of the artists that were signed to management to me. So to me, it was just like, that was supposed to be the kickoff. Like, this was like, okay, you sign in Onyx for management. This is how we starting off the tour. You know what I'm saying? This is how we starting off us doing business together.
Right.
And when that stopped, like I said, I just kind of lost motivation, because it was like a whole year of us not being able to do shit. You know, clubs ain't even open. Ain't nobody going to concerts or nothing. Everything's been done online. So now it's like you got to take your shift from doing footwork to just online and social media, because that's everybody. You know, TikTok took over, everybody on their phone, everybody blowing up off of TikTok and stuff.
That's true. That is so true. I got a couple more questions, and then we're going to wrap it up.
Yeah, of course.
One is, how has being a mother changed your life?
I got an extra person to worry about now, you know, like, it's not just about me no more. I can go shopping for me, but she grows, like, she growing quick, so I'm like, I gotta go through clothes already and throw out not even throw them out, but, you know, babies be blowing out, so I got some that got little stains and stuff on them, and just stuff that she ain't even worn, because she's already about to be 5 months, so them 0 to 3s, I'm like, oh my God. And I was thinking at 0 to 3, like, yeah, we good. We ain't got to buy clothes for a minute. Nah,
damn. It grew right out of it.
Nigga. So, yeah, you know, now I got one more little person to shop for. She's a mini-me, too, so I have to stay on my 10 toes. I want to, you know, train her right, and just, she already so aware of her surroundings. It's like, I just want her to be smart. You know, I told her, shit, if daddy and his music and uncle and pop's music don't get us out the hood, you getting me out the hood.
Right.
You
right.
getting me out the hood. So, yeah.
And my last question is, if you can, it's something that hasn't been mentioned on the show, or anything that you can talk about or shed light on, what would it be?
Ooh.
Maybe something that you're real passionate about that doesn't get spoke about, or...
Man, that's a good one. Black mental health matters.
Mm-hmm. Seriously.
Mm-hmm. That's the main one.
Mm-hmm.
Black mental health matters. It's so easy to get caught up in every day, you know. I know too many people who have committed suicide, and I can't, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I've never thought about it or anything, but it's just, I care about people, and I feel like there's always a solution.
Right.
You know, there's always a way out. You never have to take that route.
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, you just never know what other people are going through. Like,
Mm-hmm.
it's so easy to judge people for the outside looking in, but you never know, you know, what they're going through in their daily lives. So you got to take care of people as you would want to be taken care of.
Facts. That's real talk. Y'all, it's the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. I definitely appreciate everybody that tuned in. Make sure that I know we was a little late. Make sure that you share the live when you rewatch it. Make sure you leave comments and talk to us. We talk back. Okay, follow. It's all about love, support, good vibes, positive energy. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Spotify, Pandora, THA Couch on Facebook, TikTok. Couch Chronicles No Limits on Instagram, and my main YouTube and Instagram, which is THA Real JANELL. All my guest information is in the description. Always make sure that you read the description, because sometimes I don't get to say everything, but I do have some people that's coming up. Just read the description. Always read the description. I got your Instagram and your Facebook on there. So, y'all make sure that you follow. It's all about love, support, good vibes, and positive energy. Did you want to give a shout out to anybody?
Shout out to everyone. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you so much for having me. I'm so glad. We've been planning this for a minute.
Right. So. Yeah, I definitely appreciate you for being on the couch, y'all. I'll see y'all on Thursday. It's the Couch Chronicles, and it ain't no fucking limits. Ew. Hey.